Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cloud and AI Analytics. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm Vignesh and in this video we will continue to explore the command line tool of cloud storage bucket called gsutil. In the previous video we have explored how to use copy command, how to use ls command. The same way in this video we will be exploring how to remove objects. When I say object, it includes individual objects which is present inside directory, subdirectory, or even the bucket itself. So without any further delay, let's get started. So the gsutil rm command removes objects and or buckets itself. So now I'll get into my console and we will explore what is the cloud storage bucket which we are going to remove. Right? Look, basically, I have one cloud storage bucket, my GCS bucket 1707, and here you can see it has two folders, and inside folders also we have CSV files. And the same way, and inside invoice data as well, we will have some CSV files. Object versioning is enabled at the bucket level. So object versioning is basically enabled, and we can confirm the same here as well. Like version history, like we have customer transactions one, like one non-current version, and customer transactions we have three non-current version. Now we will get into this console and we will be using this gsutil, not console, basically cloud shell cloud editor. So gsutil rm help. So if you just execute this command, you will get all the details about this rm command. Like rm is basically used to remove objects. The same way synopsis, description, you will be able to find all the details. And this is the first thing you should do when you got stuck somewhere. So basically, I'll clear this console and we will start with the first command. So first command is we wanted to delete this customer transaction one.csv file. So how to do that? You can just go here, click on this and get this gsutil URL. This is something which we'll be using whenever you're using programming, or not programming, but whenever you're using command line tool. Basically, this is how we'll use it, and it is very easy. So you can use gsutil rm and just paste it. So gs my bucket and the object name. I'll just hit enter, and here you can see it is removing it and operation is completed. You can go back to cloud storage bucket and refresh it, and you'll be able to see. So customer transaction 1 is deleted, but it will be still present inside this object. The reason being is object versioning is enabled, and if you filter on live and non-current objects, you will be able to find this. And the next topic is how to delete files which is present inside this particular folder. For example, inside dataset, how to delete it. So the same option like gsutil rm and recursive like -r, this will delete all the files which is present inside this GCS bucket. So I'll just copy this and I'll just paste it here. So my GCS bucket dataset. Ideally, what is the expected goal is to delete all the files which is present inside this dataset. Like it will delete all the folder itself, like dataset folder itself will be deleted. So we'll just hit enter, and so it is completed now. We will cross check by getting into this cloud storage bucket, do refresh once, and you should not see this dataset. Yeah, dataset is gone. When you use -r, you should remember that all the version of that particular object will be removed from the bucket. So the next command is to remove all the objects and their respective versions from a bucket without deleting the bucket. Then we can use this -a option. So before exploring further, right, I just wanted to clarify one thing, because the previous statement which I made, it is contradicting to the current statement. So what does it mean? So when you're using this -r, it is mainly used to delete directory and subdirectory inside the GCS bucket and not the files which is present inside the root directory. Because if you want to delete all the versions of a file which is present inside the root directory, right, you don't need to go with -r. You will be directly using this -a and you can do the job. But there is one more catch as well with the same command, which we'll be discussing at the later point of this video, to remove all the objects at the root level. So I'll copy this, and if I go into this bucket, right, you can see this customer transaction, it has three non-current versions, and the expected output of this command is to delete all the occurrences of this particular CSV file. So we'll just hit enter and we'll see. So we'll just go over here and we can just refresh it. If you refresh it, you can't see that .csv file, and you'll be able to see this folder, because if you want to delete folder, we have to use that -r option. And now we will see how to delete all the, like when you're deleting huge files, like we have multiple files, right? If you wanted to delete it, how you can do that. the same using -m, which will enable the multi-threading, multi-processing option. So I'll just copy this. It is present inside a folder. So data set, it is present inside a folder. So invoice data set, I'll just press here. So gsutil -m rm, and since I'm deleting the folder, so I'll be using this r. So I'll use this invoice data set. I'll just hit enter. So there is a spelling mistake, invoice I caps, so that is the error. So now it is completed, and you can cross check that by stepping into this particular folder, cloud storage bucket, and yeah, it is gone. And the next option is, if you want to continue your operation silently, even if there is some error, if you want to continue it silently, then you can use this -f option. And the last thing is, and this command is where I'll told you, right, I'll be explaining at the later point. This is what the command is. If you see the difference, right, both will look like same, but the minute differences in second option, right, we are directly giving it in the directory itself, like only the directory or subdirectory, whatever it is, we are pointing out to that. But if you take a look at this command, right, it will point at the bucket itself, like only the bucket, not the directory or subdirectory. It will point out to the root directory. So gsutil rm-r and this bucket name, I'll just paste it here and I'll just hit enter. So the option is, like, the expected output of this command is to remove all the objects, to remove all the directories, subdirectories, and finally remove the bucket itself. If I use some directory, then it will remove the directory alone. If it is not pointing to any directory, then it will point only to the root directory. In that case, it will remove the bucket itself. So we'll get into the cloud storage bucket and I'll go back. Here you can see the bucket itself, it got deleted. So this is all about the gsutil rm command. Whatever I explained, it is very commonly used in real time. And if you have any questions, any doubts, please post that in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply to it as soon as possible. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to Cloud and AI Analytics. I'll meet you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh. Happy learning.